Hello, hello, and welcome back, adventurers. As you can see, I did a little bit of leveling off stream. Did hit level 50 on the Hunter. Let's get into the game, and we will discuss our plans for this evening. After I left you guys last night, I just grinded up a few turtles along the coast in Tanaris. Tried to get a little bit of a head start going on that tribal leatherworking quest. So these weren't all from farming. I got about 6 from farming and was lucky enough to get these other 3 sacks off the auction house for about 1 gold each, so really good deal. We're about halfway through our profession grind to get the tribal leatherworking quest done. Still need to grind up quite a bit of thick leather. I think you need about 110 for it. I'll have to check back on the guide, but right now we are going to head towards our hunter trainer, because this is the start of the hunter class quest in Ashara that takes you into Sunken Temple. Definitely one of my all-time favorite quests in Classic, so we will be picking that up. We probably won't head to Ashara right now. We also have the Call to Arm Plague Lands. Probably won't head there just yet either. Tonight's video, the plan will mostly be to head back over to Tanaris and just do a bunch of grinding for those turtle scales. It's gonna be a farmy, grindy type of video, so I hope you guys enjoy this type of content. Go pick up these quests and we will be on our way. Alrighty. This also is the stable pet I was talking about, Barnabas. The other rare pet you could pick up in the Badlands, the level 38 red direwolf. Pretty cool. Might eventually level him up. No plans as of yet. Definitely gonna hit 60 first with Broken Tooth, and then we might double back with this guy. But always good to have a stable pet, definitely. Alrighty. The Hunter's Charm. Top the cliffs of Ashara. Cool deal. I'm starting to collect a couple quests for Sunken Temple now, so definitely the right time to be picking up that class quest. Knock them all out at once. As we know, Sunken Temple is quite the labyrinth of a dungeon. Requires a lot of coordination, a lot of time, good bit of effort, but it is also the skinner's dream. You get to skin as much as your heart desires, pick up lots of dragon scales, lots of thick and rugged leather, so definitely a wonderful place to farm. I will be making some videos in the future when I do dungeon runs for sure, but right now we're just going to focus on grinding in the open world, questing in the open world, maybe some open 5-man content in the world, in the hinterlands, things like that. I hope everyone's having a good night. I just recently got home from work, so just settling in. Time to relax and play some Classic Era. This is a gorgeous game for being 20 years old. we do have a good little bit of travel time ahead of us on our way to Tanaris, so we may discuss a few things along the way, some plans for the future. Once again, my channel is extremely small, just started it, so I don't expect a ton of feedback right away, but any and all who are watching, if you do feel the need to comment or send me a direct message, I would definitely love to talk to you. Get any feedback, criticism, hopefully constructive, of course, and anything to help improve the channel. Appreciate it. Stranglethorn Vale, or as I like to call it, the Rogue's Corner. Definitely a rogue's dream of a zone for PvP. It's definitely a hotbed of a Horde and Alliance that intertwine here in the mid-level 30s, upwards to 40, and there's even a couple quests that are towards the 50s. It's definitely a very expansive zone here. Of course, you have the wonderful Zul'Gurub raid as well later on. One of my all-time favorites. Lots of cool gear there. Couple cool mounts you could pick up, Swiftzillion Tiger, and the Raptor, I believe. Lots of cool stuff there. Level 41 Tauren Druid. Travel well, Okina. This is a RP PvP server, Deviate Delight. So I would say that there's a bit more player interaction than normal PvP servers, Horde and Alliance included. I've encountered many Horde along my journeys up to level 50 so far, and the majority of them are usually pretty friendly. They'll give you a wave, give you a bow, salute, something like that. A lot of the times they usually don't want to PvP. I myself won't usually initiate PvP unless someone attacks me first. We're all probably just trying to level, have a good time. Not to say world PvP is not a good time, but it's cool to see a bit of camaraderie, even between the factions. What a wonderful Cape Town, right, Booty Bay? You gotta love this place. And just in time, the boat arrived. Cool. Let's make our way there. This is also a rogue's dream place to hang out. Hide and stealth, and I'm sure it's happened to all of us. They'll throw a distract and it'll make you run off the edge into the water. Definitely have missed a few boats that way, and I am guilty of that pleasure myself. Definitely played a few rogues in my day, and I've done a little mischievous things like that before. It's all in good fun though, right? That reminds me of the same priests love to do that as well. They'll hide in the boats and mind control you. Once it gets going, they'll walk you off the boat and you gotta swim back to shore. Definitely some fun little things about vanilla. For tonight's video, it's probably going to be about the same length as last night's video. Shooting for an hour and a half minimum. possibly 2 hours. That's gonna be the regular length of most of my videos. I might go 2.5, 3 hours at times, but I think an hour and a half to 2 hours is a pretty comfortable length. If you guys are interested in anything longer, even or possibly even shorter videos, like a mini series, maybe 25, 30, 40-minute videos, so you don't have to sit there and watch for hours. Definitely open to any and all suggestions. It's all new to me. Kalimdor. Looks like some people are trying to head to the Gurabashi Arena just about midnight, so that chest is gonna spawn soon. I have yet to try my luck on it. I don't care too much to try to pick up the Arena Grandmaster trinket. It comes in handy, but I'm not too worried about PvP right now. Alrighty, we have arrived.
Talk to me.
Alright, to Gadgets in we go. Definitely a little bit of a travel time for the first portion of this video, but that's okay, right? That's what Warcraft's about. Most of your gameplay is travel and sitting down and eating. Excuse me. Looks to be a little more active tonight than it was yesterday. See quite a few people looking for group, which is nice to see. I believe the population of this server is only about 2,500, I want to say. Might be closing in on 3K now. And I believe that's Horde and Alliance numbers combined, which isn't too bad. It's a nice, close, tight-knit community so far, so the world does feel a little vacant or empty at times, but it is quite late. If you're playing during peak hours, especially on the weekends, you know, I would say noon to 3 p.m. It's definitely popping off. Stormwind, Ironforge, you definitely see a plethora of people. I will definitely be doing a bit of longer videos on my days off on the weekends. Probably do 3 or 4 hour videos on those. Might do some live streams. I know I talked about it before. Possibly doing 8-hour live streams to start out. That's a good portion, and then maybe moving into 12-hour live stream if the demand is there for it. If anyone wants to see that, just do some sweaty grinds. Let me know if you guys would be interested in that, and definitely would love some participation too. Anyone that plays on the Deviate Delight server or is thinking about starting on the Deviate Delight server, now is the time. It's been out for quite a while. I actually got a late start on it myself, and everyone has that that FOMO, right? Fear of missing out. And when I first started, I was like, man, do I really want to do this grind again? But it's funny. You gotta enjoy the journey. Sit back, relax, have a drink, just have a good time with the game. That's what we pay for. See the vast mountains of Tanaris in the distance. We're getting there. So plan is we are just heading down to the coast. I don't think there's no more quests really for us to do here. There's a couple, but I'm probably just gonna leave them. So last night I was farming right around here. There's some level 49 turtles, a lot more level appropriate, so at least we get some experience while farming them. Maybe we'll take a little trek down to Land's End Beach, I believe is what it's called down here. It's a bit of a walk to get down there along the coast here, the mountains, but it's definitely a cool spot. There's a little breadcrumb crest that takes you down there too. So lots of flavor in this zone. I love it. But we're about halfway, a little more than halfway through the turtle scale farm. Let's see how many we could farm up tonight. Let me go double check my leatherworking guide real quick. Tribal leatherworking. Alrighty, so yeah, it is excuse me, 214 thick leather, 112 turtle scales, 11 wild vine, and 2 cured thick hide. So I have just about halfway there on the turtle scales. I think we're sitting at 66. Yeah, we're just about halfway with that. Definitely gotta grind up some more thick leather. Only got 30. Need 214. But I have completed a couple parts of this quest, so the numbers aren't quite as high. And do need to get a couple wild vine as well. It's pretty hard to find those on the auction house right now, so we'll see what we can do. Oh, there's a couple people here tonight. Harassment. Hello, traveler. Always nice to be friendly towards your fellow Alliance players. Give them a little wave, a bow, salute. Alright, let's start heading towards the coast, shall we? Head towards Caverns of Time. I always thought it was cool seeing these little tracks that go all the way from Gadget's Inn, and easily it looks like some travelers met a bit of a bloody demise there. Let's hope that's not our fate tonight. Oh, there's a chest here. We might have to make a little detour, Silver Haze. We got a bunch of mobs around it, though. Alright. Let's get into it. Oh, we got a couple big crits going. He didn't like that. I want the chest, sir. It is mine, and I have claimed it.
I can't cast that yet. That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging. I need to get closer. I can't cast that yet. That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging.
Alrighty. I think we might have one more mob we gotta kill. Probably two. This guy's probably gonna aggro if we try to take that chest. The little stash box you got there. Finders keepers. Got another big crit. Nice. Alrighty. This guy patting back all the way. Yeah, it looks like it. Let's drink up and kill him. And just tear through those casters. They have absolutely no armor. Alright, let's see what we got. Nothing too good. Some ham steaks for Silver Haze. We got a little collection of those going now. Let's give him a treat. He deserves it. Always good to get some healing potions. And some mana juice. Never a bad thing. Alrighty, onwards. I'd definitely be interested to hear about any content creators you guys are interested in watching, who you like to watch. Doesn't have to necessarily be classic streamers or WoW streamers. Could be any type of streamer. I tend to watch Zaryu and Savix a lot when it comes to classic content. They're always enjoyable. Alrighty, just about there. South Break Shore. Now there's not too many turtles on this beach here. So if we kill them too quickly, we might have to head down the coast. But we'll see what we can do. I'm in no hurry. Yeah, there we go. Level 49 surf gliders. Nice. Alright, and the farm begins. It's not too bad. I did see a couple last night where the mobs would drop about 2 to 4 turtle scales apiece. Sometimes they drop none, obviously, but oh, there we go. So there is a chance to get the turtle scales when you skin as well. So if you get a pretty decent RNG, you could have where you get a turtle scale from the initial loot drop, and you could get a couple more or an additional one from skinning. So it's really not too bad. Oops. Definitely a grind, but not as bad as you'd think it really is. A couple hours and you'll have it down. Gotta watch out for these guys. They do hit pretty hard. They're slow, so they're very easy to kite, but they do smack pretty hard. That's a nice hammer right there. I always thought it was funny seeing the blue patterns for something, but it's only a green quality item. have to make some bag space here. We'll put silver hazes, food stores in a separate bag for now. I do have my salt shaker ready to go as soon as I hit that 250 leatherworking, so I can make refined deep rock salt. You obviously need that to make the cured rugged hides, and you need those for a couple different pieces, but the two big ones are going to be the Devil's Sword set, obviously, Devil's Sword leggings and the Devil's Sword gauntlets, so I wanted to get a little leg up on that early. We are currently sitting at 247 leatherworking. Slowed down a little bit, haven't been grinding on it too hard, so I figured I'd get that 50. After I dinged 50, we'd get back on the profession grind. Skinning's obviously extremely simple to keep leveled up. I think I had it at 300 before I was even level 40. But leatherworking's definitely one of the easier professions to level up. It's always good to keep it relevant. You could make gear for yourself, gear for guildies, friends. There's definitely a couple good pieces if you can pick the patterns up. Even just the patterns you get from the trainers are pretty decent. Might even get lucky with these clams and get a golden pearl. That'd be nice. Oh, I forgot to skin this guy. Don't want to pull this Coast Strider. I don't think their aggro range is too large, surprisingly, but just better to be safe than sorry. The run back to your corpses are usually pretty brutal in vanilla. Most zones only have one graveyard, two if you're lucky, but it's usually a bit of a trick. And we're starting to get the turtle scales. We picked up 6 already, so not too bad. I probably should have started a timer, but it's all good. Just to see how long the farm would take, but curious to know if you guys enjoy farming for gear, for professions, anything like that. Maybe a rare spawn, rare drops. I know a lot of people sort of bang their head against their desk when you utter the words grind or anything of the sort, but I always have found it to be particularly relaxing. Usually just put on a movie, watch some YouTube, maybe put some music on, and sort of just zone out. My go-to farm was always Dire Mall East jump runs. I used to do that quite a lot on my Paladin back in the day. It's a very good farm if you pick up herbalism and mining. Jump down, kill the lashers. There's lots of good herbs to pick. And usually there's about 2 to 3 if you're lucky, large thorium veins. And if you're extra lucky, you might get an arcane crystal or 2 from the runs. It's fairly easy to do with most classes. I'd say rogue, paladin, and mage are probably about the easiest ones to do with, but I've excuse me, but I've done it with a warlock as well, and it's not too tough. Not the craziest money farm, but obviously no competition. It's pretty easy to do. Very rarely you're gonna hit the 5 lockouts, or sorry, the 5 dungeon lockout within an hour.
That's still
Usually
recharging.
takes a little over 15 minutes to do the runs. When I'd also be looking for books, the class books, obviously. Show you real quick. Of course, we have all these books. Right now, there's only been a few of them that I've seen on the auction house. I've yet to see a hunter one. Definitely looking for that because that trinket it actually carries us quite a long ways into raiding. I would like to pick this up fairly soon, but I've not seen one in the auction house. And then, of course, if you're very lucky, you can pick up one of these Librams. Of course, that's how we get our head and leg enchants. It's the only way to get those in vanilla, and these are going to be quite lucrative. Of course, you get very lucky, you might get a Nostro's Compendium of Dragon Slaying. Warrior Paladin only, obviously, but really cool item. Quel'Serrar has one of the coolest models in the game. So yeah, Dire Maul has a lot to offer, definitely. There's good trash drops from there. Marksman bands is something I'll be gunning for probably later on. There's a few other things there for sure. Runtime tubers. If you guys know about those are very useful. Yeah. We got the .5 set. Pretty cool stuff. Huntsman harpoon. I wouldn't say not a lot of people know about it, but this is sort of a overlooked item. Plus 35 agility is huge early on. It's a very, very good stat stick if you can pick this up. Enough about that for now. We can always discuss gear later. I would definitely be down to make a video discussing pre-raid gear, maybe a mix match hodgepodge of different gear you could use. It doesn't have to necessarily be the meta, but I do try to pick gear that will get you to hit cap, which is the #1 thing as a hunter. You want to make sure you get that hit cap as soon as possible, and it's fairly easy to achieve on hunter. It's not too bad. Let's see if we have some more of these turtles down this way, and then we'll double back.
I need to get this.
What is your guys' favorite bracket for leveling? The 1 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, 50 to 60 bracket.
Don't have a target.
They all have their ups and downs, definitely. I believe I said yesterday my favorite part is usually between mid-level 40s to late 50s onto the 60s. Something about it, you start feeling really powerful. You really come into your own with your class. You start amassing some pretty decent gear at that point in time. You get the class quests, as I discussed earlier. Some really cool things happen once you hit level 50, and then a lot of really cool zones unlock, definitely. Oh, we got a couple of guys right here, cool.
I can't cast that yet.
Silver Haze is still a little ways off from leveling to 50, so see if we could get him to ding 50 by the end of this farm. Got some rugged leather too. Nice. Love to see it. Another good farming spot, I'm sure most people know, is Lost Rigger Cove, which is where all the pirates are. Lots of good BOEs could drop from those pirates. They have a great loot table. You could farm Mage Weave there. Not too bad for just grinding raw silver as well. So if anyone's looking for an open world grind, it's definitely a decent one to do. I know mages like it a lot. It's a very popular AoE farming spot for mages. Sometimes farming dungeons might get a little old, so go into the open world and change it up a little bit.
That's still recharging. My nerve is low. I need more mana. That spell isn't ready yet.
So it looks like we've only amassed about 10 turtle scales since we've been here. Not great, but I also wouldn't say too terrible. If you plan on doing this, I would suggest checking the auction house as well and seeing if you could pick up some of the turtle scales for cheap. I don't know if a lot of people are not that in demand for these right now for the quest, but I was definitely able to pick up a few of them for very cheap, so